underground in tunnels underneath Gaza, which makes this task even more difficult for not only the Israelis, but for the Americans, for us to be able to get our people home. Let me ask you this. How much money does the president have currently to be able to draw down from to send more aid to Israel? Because I imagine they're going to need that fairly quickly. And how much more do you think they're going to need in a supplemental?
So we appropriate $3.3 billion for assistance to Israel. The president has full authority to draw down on that. When we talked to the NSC and White House yesterday, they have adequate funding in the short term. That's why it's absolutely essential we elect a speaker and get back to the business of the people. The first bill on the floor will be my bill condemning Hamas for this terrorist assault on Israel. What they will also need, Aisha, will be replenishing the Iron Dome weapon systems itself. In addition, they need precision-guided missiles, but also the 155s, the ammunition that's so desperately needed on the ground as they go house to house. So we will have our elections for Speaker on Wednesday, and I would urge my colleagues to not play games with this. This is very serious. It sent a message to the rest of the world that we are weak and dysfunctional. And it worries me, like people like Chairman Xi saying democracy doesn't work, or Iran, or Russia, or North Korea. Democracy has to work right now. The world is simply too dangerous.
Yeah, I think many people across party lines can agree on one thing, that the message is wrong right now. Thank you so much, Chairman. We appreciate your time. Dana?
We will have more live coverage of the Israel-Hamas conflict as people there are preparing for an all-out war and the whole world is watching.
Israel not only has the right, they have the responsibility to defend themselves and their people. And we need to support that.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/news. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/news. That's ZipRecruiter.com/NEWS. ZipRecruiter.com/news. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I bought 1 bottle of Harem. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, and I had a balding spot on the crown, and I don't have that bald spot anymore. So I know it's working for me. I can definitely tell a difference. And my barber says your hair seems thicker. I have fine hair, but it's just thicker. It's kind of gradual, but like I said, I've only had 1 bottle.
Fantastic results, Mark. Harem can absolutely regrow your hair. Made for both men and women and all hair types, Harem treats receding hairlines, the crown of the head, and thinning hair. Harem has proven to be as effective as minoxidil, but without harsh chemicals, no side effects, and provides long-lasting results. For a natural solution to regrow thicker, healthier hair, go to GreatLifeNow.com and see how you can get a free bottle of Harem today. That's GreatLifeNow.com. GreatLifeNow.com. GreatLifeNow.com.
It's obvious the unthinkable is going to happen soon. With all the distractions in the media, we probably won't see it coming. Your gut tells you there's something very wrong going on, and all the evidence suggests that there is. Those in charge say everything's fine, stop noticing. But you know better. American families are preparing. Folks are getting into self-reliance and investing in emergency food storage. My Patriot Supply, the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, is the place you can trust. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and secure their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits. Each contains tasty breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Get at least 1 food kit for each family member. For a limited time, save 25%, plus get free shipping on all their 3-month emergency food kits. Go to mypatriotsupply.com today. Order by 3 p.m. and your items ship the same day. It's time to prepare for what's coming. mypatriotsupply.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen, here to tell you how you can get the lowest price in history on the real Viagra formula made by Pfizer. Right now, Score Blue is offering generic Viagra for only $5 a pill. That's just $5 a pill for the exact same formula that has sold billions of pills worldwide. But don't confuse these pills, which are made by Pfizer, with the cheap and often fake imitation pills sold online. Those pills never work. So go to Score Blue right now and take advantage of this unheard of low price on real Viagra made by Pfizer at the lowest price in history. Score Blue was just named the #1 rated service in America, and this unheard of price of only $5 is to celebrate that honor. Visit Score Blue today and get ready to score.
Visit scoreblue.com today. That's scoreblue.com. Scoreblue.com is the #1 online ED service in the world. Scoreblue.com.
Do you know how much you're really paying for life insurance through work? I can almost guarantee you're overpaying for limited coverage. I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote agent for over 20 years. My clients are shocked to learn how expensive life insurance at work really is because of a rate that's driven up by unhealthy people. Why pay more when you don't have to? For over 35 years, Select Quote has helped people save 50% or more by shopping highly rated insurance carriers. I found a 40-year-old man with high blood pressure, a $500, only $19 a month. Don't procrastinate. Workplace open enrollment will be here soon. Let Select Quote save you money and get you the coverage you need to protect your family.
For your free quote in just minutes, call 1-800-596-2626. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
They're on House Republicans right now to get their house in order. And so here we are going to leave you from America's Newsroom as you go straight into the Faulkner Focus today. Martha McCallum is in for Harris. Stay tuned. We have Trey Yingst on the ground there. And just incredible coverage throughout the day here on Fox News Channel and FoxNews.com. Martha McCallum is in for Harris. Hi, Martha.
Hello, Dana and Aisha. Thank you very much as we continue this Fox News breaking coverage of the war that is unfolding in Israel. We have seen chaos and terror throughout the course of the last 48 hours after Hamas militants launched a coordinated series of attacks that took the lives of hundreds. There are estimates into the thousands as well. As you can well understand, it is such a chaotic, fast-moving situation as we start to see really the second tier of what's going on, both on defense and on offense in this war that is now emerging in the Middle East. This is a live look at Gaza City right now as Israel and Hamas trade rocket fire. We've seen massive plumes of smoke after Israel fired retaliatory rockets toward Gaza. More than 800 is really the low-end estimate at this point, but it's very difficult to confirm the numbers of those dead. Women and children killed in Israel. At least 9 Americans are among those who have been killed in this war so far. So this is an urgent all-hands-on-deck moment as the U.S. State Department tries to evaluate what's going to happen here. Welcome, everybody, to the Faulkner Focus. I'm Martha McCallum in today for Harris as we watch these stunning scenes as people on the streets are witnessing what's happening here. This is Gaza City that you're looking at. This man on the ground there throwing something into the streets. Hundreds of Israelis were slaughtered in their own homes and in the streets. We just saw with Trey Yingst the cars that were pulled over on the side of the road, blood on the inside of those doors as people were shot as they were trying to escape. There have been dozens of attacks against Israel since Saturday. The Israeli authorities saying that they so far can confirm 260 dead among those killed in these attacks. There was a concert, I think some of the most stunning dichotomous images that we're seeing are young people enjoying a concert outside on a beautiful day in the Negev desert in southern Israel. Then they saw rockets coming through the sky. Then they were running as they were surrounded by Hamas and trying to flee and get out in their cars. We saw people separated, taken from each other. Some of these people were killed. Some of them are hostages. The IDF spokesman saying that Israel, by all of this, has been changed forever.
It is the darkest day in our history. Never before have so many Israelis been killed by anything, and let alone enemy activity or terrorists, in one single day. And it's been said, but you could say that it is a 9/11 and a Pearl Harbor together for us. For a country the size of Israel to sustain this amount of casualties, it is extremely difficult to explain.
It's a fast-moving situation, and we are covering it all for you at this hour. Live Fox coverage with Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, Senior Fellow at Defense Priorities. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin is with us this hour, live from the Pentagon on the U.S. response. But first, foreign correspondent Trey Yates, who joins us from the ground in southern Israel, close to Gaza at this point. Trey, good morning once again.
Martha, good morning. Right now we are with the Israeli military along the Gaza border as they prepare for an operation into Gaza following that massacre this weekend that left more than 800 Israeli soldiers and civilians dead. I'm here with Major Doron Spielman, who has taken us to a location that no one has been, but it really shows what happened here on Saturday morning. Can you show us what we're looking at?
Absolutely, Trey. We are just now on a 4-minute drive from the Gaza Strip. You can see it in the background. Where this black smoke is, this is the Gaza Strip. The original Hamas attack happened here. Hamas vehicles came through here on Saturday morning and ambushed a group of people that were driving through here, families. We can see there's a Hamas car here, driven directly out of the Gaza Strip. The militants, the terrorists, came out of this car with heavy weaponry and began firing bullets randomly at all the civilians that they could see that are through here. We can see the remainders of many of the items in those cars, including kids' bags, school bags right here. We can see socks. We can see a cooler. A family was out for a picnic just over here to the side. And the most stark and startling are the zip ties that are on the road used by the terrorists to bind the hands of the people that took as hostages. When I pointed to Gaza, it could be that that's where these men, women, and children are today from this location. This was a planned massacre of civilians, and there are a few places that can show it better than we can see it here.
I want to show you the scene here and just what these civilian cars look like. When Hamas fighters entered on Saturday morning, they opened fire on civilians that were traveling to the southern part of Israel. I want to warn you, inside this van, it's quite bloody, but it shows you just the terror and nightmare that Israeli civilians face. We have seen the bodies of militants in this area. They are strewn throughout because Israelis at the time, before soldiers arrived and before border police got here, they had to fight off Islamic Jihad militants and Hamas militants on their own. It was gut-wrenching for hours in different communities. No one had any information about what was taking place. The cell reception was down. This was a coordinated attack to inflict terror on the civilian population. Hamas was able to take over Israeli military bases. They were able to push forward deeper into Israeli territory. And even today, there have been infiltration attempts as Hamas fires thousands of rockets into southern and central Israel. Martha?
Thank you very much. You can see that car behind you that just basically drove off the road. And you just try to imagine the fear and chaos that was in these people's hearts and minds as they are out and about with families, and suddenly their lives are hanging in the balance, and this enormous attack is underway. Trey, what is your sense of what comes next in terms of the Israeli retaliation into Gaza? We see sort of what you would expect to see in terms of aerial bombardment, which would be the first stage, and what kind of indication do we have about what comes next on the ground?
Yeah, Israel is about to launch a massive invasion of the Gaza Strip. They will hold territory in Gaza. There is no doubt about that. After the slaughter of so many civilians and soldiers, there's an understanding that the response will be like something that was never seen before. Just the sheer terror that was inflicted on the population warrants this response, according to the country's prime minister,